Thank you all. Thank you. What a night. Thank you, Josh Silver. Thank you, Free Press, for bringing us together at this third and greatest ever Media Reform Conference. Thank you, everybody in this audience, for giving your time and coming here, and thank you for the extraordinary efforts you have made to reform the people's airwaves and give them back to the people. Let's talk about it a little bit. $500 billion. $500 billion. That's a conservative valuation of the airways that our country lets TV and radio broadcasters use for free. And any way you slice it, that's an awful lot of money. In fact, it's just about the biggest chunk of change that our government gives to any private industry. Now, what do the American people, who own the public airways, by the way, what do they get in return? Too little news, too much baloney passed off as news. Too little quality entertainment, too many people eating bugs on reality TV. Too little local and regional music, too much of brain-numbing national playlists. Too little of America, too much of Wall Street and Madison Avenue. That's what we get for $500 billion. It's one hell of a bad deal, don't you think? I don't know about you, but I'm sick of this bargain, and I am sick of playing defense. So I'm not here tonight to talk about defeating bad new media ownership rules, although we still need to do that. I'm here to say it's time that we get off our duffs, all of us, with a real agenda, and let's get rid of the bad old rules that got us into this mess in the first place. And then let's go on from there to bring tough, and I'm talking really tough here, public interest obligations back to those who use the spectrum you own. Here's one way we can shift from defense to offense. One way to demand that the nation's media moguls hold up their end of the bargain with the American people. I'm here to propose that we replace the bad old bargain that past FCCs struck with the media moguls with a new American media contract. And it goes like this. We, the American people, have given broadcasters free use of the nation's most valuable spectrum, and we expect something in return. We expect this. Number one, a right to media that strengthens our democracy. Two, a right to local stations that are actually local. Three, a right to media that looks and sounds like America. Four, a right to news that isn't canned and radio playlists that aren't for sale. And five, a right to programming that isn't so damn bad so damned often. And by the way, you have already paid for this with that $500 billion you gave media giants. So you deserve all this on free over-the-air TV and radio. Are any of you in this room getting all 5 of these today? I didn't think so. And if you aren't getting them today, are you ready to go out and fight for them starting right now? All right, here's how. First, let's make sure the FCC backs off any further loosening of the few media ownership protections that we still have. This isn't the time for more duopolies and triopolies and sweetheart newspaper broadcast cross-ownership deals that strangle localism and diversity and competition. Second, let's make FCC license approval and renewal into something more than a paper tiger. That means enforcing the America Media contract every time a media company comes in to a renewal license or to get one. And that ought to be a lot more frequently than those every 8 years that they come in right now. No more postcard license renewals, but instead a requirement for license holders to prove they are fulfilling the American Media contract. Third, give minorities a seat at the table, at the media table. Wait a minute. A seat at the table? Why can't they own the table? 30% of our population cannot be consigned to owning 3% of our broadcast outlets, not unless we want another century of equal opportunity sham and shame. Fourth, expand the number of media outlets in each community. That means more support for low power, PEG programmers, and community wireless, movements that defend the last bastion of localism as big media marches toward one-size-fits-all national programming and distribution. And fifth, protect new forms of media from the awful consolidation that ensnared traditional media. The internet can be truly transformative, or it can become another network monopoly. We want net neutrality, and we want net neutrality now. So it's up to you, my brothers and sisters. Things aren't going to change without you. They can change with you. You beat Michael Powell's rules for media catastrophe 3 years ago. Who thought that would happen? Who says citizens can't succeed in America? I see so much enthusiasm here in Memphis this week. I've seen it all across the country, in blue states and red, among liberals and conservatives, Democrats and Republicans. At hearings wherever we go, my courageous colleague Jonathan Adelstein and I talk with people who are just plain out of patience with a status quo that serves them so poorly, who are angry about what they get for $500 billion, and who are telling us with a new urgency to do something about it. And we accept that charge, and we welcome it, and now with you, it's time to take it a step further. Together, we're going to guarantee that our airwaves serve their masters, we the people. It's all there in the American media contract. Take that contract down to your broadcasters and let them know you expect them to follow it. Go out and talk about it, and write about it, and sing about it, and blog about it. Sign up everyone you can, and let your representatives know how much this means to you. Act like your future depends on it, because it does. You know, this may actually be one of those wonderful moments in our nation's passage when great things can actually be accomplished. And you in this audience, advocates, students, academics, public officials, journalists, musicians and other creative artists, entrepreneurs, and many more, citizens all, are the agents of that change. You are the instruments to make it happen. And when free press and all of us come together again in a forum like this, hopefully next year, we can have something totally awesome to celebrate. It's airwaves of, by, and for the people. It's called media democracy. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you.